Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Shenandoah University broadcast. We have a little bit of a late Friday night here for you. We have some 9 o'clock Overwatch 2. My name is Ben Kincaid, and I am joined by the lovely Kyle Dexter. Kyle, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, I'm pumped to jump into some Overwatch here. This is our NECC league that we're playing in tonight. I believe we are sitting at 2-2 on the season, about to go up against Stevenson, which is a very strong school here in the standings. You can see them 4-0 up top the standings. So, I mean, a lot to fight for here, right? We're fighting to keep a positive record, and we're fighting to take down the undefeated Stevenson tonight.
Yeah, for sure, Ben. This is definitely going to be an uphill battle. You know, Stevenson, one of the only two teams in this pool to have an undefeated record, tied with Eastern. Yeah, and I'm really interested to see what Shenandoah might be prepared for, because I know throughout the week we've had some sort of, I guess, rebuilding within the team that goes beyond like what we know. So I'm really curious how that translates to what goes on once we actually jump into the game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting, right? Because we have 3 strong DPS players on the roster. Right? We have Protein Shake, Denny Lobanov, right? I mean, a stud on the Widowmaker, the hit scan demon that he is, right? We have Flames as well, the other Danny on the roster, who is the Reaper, the May, any kind of utility that you may need. The Ashe as well, yes, does pilot a very mean Ashe. And then we have TinyShiny, Molly Denz on Tracer Venture duty, right? Being that pest, that thorn in the side of the other team that she likes to do. And then, I mean, we zoomed in full screen to Bailey. I don't know doing what, but she must have been shocked because the eyes were wide. But, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of positive stuff coming through from its roster. Yeah,
and I really like what you brought out about our DPS players. They're all very flexible in their respective roles. You know, Danielle, Protein Shake, what's the word?
Strong, powerful,
yes. Yes, pretty strong. And I was trying to think of a different word for that.
Right.
Let's just say strong in the hit scan DPS category. You know, he likes to use Widowmaker, very famous within Protein Shake. He likes using the Ashe as well on occasion, and very rarely we do get to see the Cassidy as well.
That's true.
Very strong player for the hit scan category, and for TinyShiny, she kind of plays as like dive, kind of like just like you said before, kind of a pest DPS heroes like Tracer and Venture, and then we have other Danny Flames, who kind of plays a little bit of everything. He's most known for his Reaper, but he's known to also play Ashe as well as May. So it's very interesting to see how these players will be implemented into the roster.
Yeah, I know, and we do have our first map of the evening, right? We're going to go right into Control. What we always start with every single time is going to be Oasis. So not something that we're used to seeing picked first. It's usually Lijiang Tower is pretty much the tried and true map that we see almost every single time here for Control. But we're going to go to Oasis instead. What do you think about this?
This is very interesting. Not like you said before, we do get to see a lot of Lijiang Tower. Is Wiley upon to be one of the better maps of the Control category. So really, I'm curious to see why this map was chosen.
Yeah, no, I maybe there's some kind of loophole with compositions. I know there was a big buff to Ramatra earlier in the week, so maybe this is kind of a map that they're going to try to play a lot more brawl, kind of in your face kind of play style, and Ramatra fits that very well. Very tanky, does some good damage, and has a shield. I mean, Ramatra survives for quite a long time, so I would definitely expect to see Rain Dreamer Bailey piloting that one, because that's something that she has brought in from previous. I mean, that's kind of her main, right? That's who she goes. So she's back into the driver's seat of the Ramatra, which we are expecting. Or maybe it could be back into that Orisa gameplay. We know Orisa's still fairly strong right now. Pretty fairly. She's pretty strong. Orisa's pretty good right now. Especially if you hit a mean javelin on someone, right? That is always fun to see.
It is pretty satisfying, though.
Oh, yeah.
I have to admit.
Oh, yeah. The javelin is definitely, when you hit it, you get pumped, right? You get a little happy when you hit that one, for sure. And then look at the supports, right? We have Clabiella and Cherry, right? A very just staple to this roster. No one really switches out in that support role. Tell us a little bit about them.
So I do believe, as a support player myself, I do have a bit of an understanding of how these two kind of play around each other. So I know Abby Clabiella likes to go for that main support kind of role. Right now, it would be, I believe in this meta, it should be about like Brig and Shae would be going more of a flex support kind of role. And that would include characters like Juno. Juno could kind of fit into any composition right now. She's just one of those characters that's just going to be really good for a long time, despite the nerfs that she's been getting lately. As well as Baptiste every now and then. Because with Baptiste, you can at least do a little bit of everything. Because he has just a really good primary fire. He still dish out some good damage, some good healing. He has a lot of versatility with his kit.
Yeah, no, I mean, the supports are pretty stock standard, right? We've seen Cherry pilot the Ana every now and then as well. That is something that she does like to pull out every now and then. So maybe we see that. Maybe Clabiella gets tossed on Juno. I think we've seen that a couple times here and there throughout NACE and NECC, these two with these rosters, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a toss-up right now because we know Stevenson is very good. I was talking to TinyShiny Molly a little bit earlier, and they said, well, we're kind of even, right, in kind of player ranks. They feel confident that they can step toe-to-toe with Stevenson. We'll just have to see if they can do it.
That's an interesting thing to mention, Ben, because considering like how the pool is going, like since they're like around the same in terms of like player ranks, that's really interesting to think about when Stevenson is currently undefeated in the pool right now. So this could mean that it's anyone's game.
Yeah, no, it's definitely kind of an open book, right? The 4-0 looks scary, but the team seems confident, right? I don't know what the roster is going to go or look like going into this map because I know they're still kind of playing with that. Depending on the map will depend on the roster, will determine the roster that we go into this map with. So I think we're going to do just the stock standard. It's going to be Rain Dreamer, it's going to be Flames, it's going to be TinyShiny, it's going to be Clabiella and Cherry, right? So that is kind of what we expected going in to this matchup, right? Maybe later on in the series we see Protein Shake come in, Danny subbing in for either Flames or TinyShiny, or maybe OnionMan. We can see him lounging in the upper right-hand corner there, the May specialist that he is. So if there's a map that is all May, you can see TinyShiny making some faces on camera as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity and flexibility that this roster can play with.
Right. That's something I mentioned. These players so photogenic. Clabiella holding the Buzzy by the head. Don't hold it by the head. Abby, don't do that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, poor Buzzy.
Poor Buzzy. That's our mascot. You got to treat him better than that.
Oh, jeez. I think he'll be okay. I hope. Buzzy's a very strong Hornet.
He's very strong. Yeah. He's a very strong mascot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean,
puppet show?
I don't know. Maybe this is a puppet show, right? We got to hear the voices of what does Buzzy sound like, right? What would Clabiella come up with?
I don't know. That's
I don't know either.
You can never guess with a player like Clabiella.
Yeah, no, a wild card indeed, right? But not a wild card when it comes to production, right? Clabiella is a very consistent support player. I mean, the heals coming through from Clabiella are like no other, right? Cherry definitely likes to kind of hover around that kind of flex support option that she has thrived in the past, right? It's been that Ana, it's been that BAP, like you said, but also Clabiella. Brig is very good, and Clabiella has been getting very good at that character as well. So I would expect to see something maybe like that Brig come through. When you look at DPSs, we'll have to see what TinyShiny goes with. We know TinyShiny can go with either the Tracer or the Venture, right?
Right.
Depending on the map, I do feel like this is going to be a Tracer map. Oasis does have a lot of flank potential, a lot of flank angles that Tracer can kind of loop around behind and then really get some poke onto that backline. So that's what I expect to see coming through from TinyShiny. And then on the side of Flames, I mean, is it just going to be the Reaper?
I feel like for a map such as Oasis, it seems to be, you can correct me if I'm wrong, this looks like a pretty like brawly style kind of map. Kind of what you said, there's like a ton of flank routes that Molly potentially on the Tracer could use, but that could also apply to Flames on Reaper as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, Flames is definitely like Reaper is his, just like the back of his hand, knows how to play Reaper, knows where to be with Reaper in the prime moments of a lot of these matchups. So I'm looking at Flames to really do a lot of damage here, but the person that I'm going to be watching mainly is Ranger Bailey on this Ramattra. If this Ramattra gets picked up, we know that it's really, really strong right now with the buffs that they got in this most recent patch. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and that's something that I want to talk about. Just comfortability with your characters. Just having your tried and true character. For Ranger, like you said, is the Ramattra. Versatility is the name of the game with that character. You know, when he's just in the regular form, you can pull up the shield. He still has the Vortex and can kind of do a long range poke with his Primate Fire. Yeah. But once it's time to go back in, you can go into Nemesis form, still have access to the Vortex, but you can play much more brawly kind of play style and just go for those blocks whenever he's in trouble.
Yeah, no, I mean, Ramattra, a great character that does a whole lot of things. We are taking, we will be going to a short break here. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties hopping into game here. So we'll take a quick 5-er, and we will be right back.